Hey, I'm John Cannell. Today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making white chocolate chip cookies, so let's get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe. First off, set that oven to 360. We're not chilling these cookies unless you feel like it. Right now we're gonna add 2 1/4 cups or 270 grams of all-purpose flour into a large bowl. As usual, I'm using a scale. To this flour, I'm adding 3/4 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. For leavening, we're using 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Grab a whisk. And now we're just gonna whisk, 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 and set this aside. Bye-bye scale. Get that mixer out. You can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer. If you're using a stand, use a paddle attachment. To my stand mixer, fitted with a paddle attachment, I'm adding 1 cup, 2 sticks, 226 grams of room temperature butter. Listen to this. No clicking sounds because it's room temp. It'll yield to the touch. And yes, we're using unsalted butter. If you use salted butter in this recipe, you only need to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, cream it up. Now it's time for the sugar, starting with the white. Now we're gonna add the brown sugar. The brown sugar has some molasses in it, gives the cookie some extra moisture and flavor, but it doesn't beat up and fluff up quite as well as the white sugar, so I always like to add it in second. All right, let's give that bowl a good scrape. You can see all this mega chunks of butter right here that have not been mixed in, so you really do want to scrape the bowl down. Mix it up until light and fluffy. All right, light and fluffy, it's time to add the vanilla, the eggs, and some more delicious stuff. I'm almost gonna scrape this down though, because when you add the eggs in, it just becomes a soup on top, so, you know. 1 egg, a splash of nice vanilla, it's like 2 teaspoons. And you can let me know in the comments if you want to have me do a video showing you how to make vanilla extract with vanilla beans. It's actually really easy and fun, and fun to make homemade stuff. Mix the batter up. Once it's incorporated, we're gonna add our second room temperature egg. Gosh, these cookies are so good, by the way. Brian doesn't even like white chocolate, but he loves these cookies. They're just chewy, like melt in your mouth, really like, All right, mix that up. Once it's homogeneous, we're gonna add the flour in. All right, that is fully mixed in. It's time to add the dry ingredients right into the bowl. So, mix on low, almost combined. You're gonna wanna see some flour hanging out here and there because we're gonna fold in our white chocolate chips, and the batter will be finished that way, by hand, as it should be. So you can see right here, tons of flour, it's not done. Just finish it with your spatula. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I was just cleaning my spatula off. My paddle attachment off. All right, we are gonna add in almost a full bag of white chocolate chips. It's 2 cups, but it's 2 cups divided because we're gonna reserve a handful for the tops of the cookies so they look nice and pretty. In you go. 2 cups, really is like the whole bag. Okay, reserving a handful for later, and add the second cup in. All right, fold this in. So these cookies don't need chill time. If you bake them right away, you're gonna want a round cookie cutter just to corral them into shape right out of the oven when they're nice and soft, because they will spread a little bit at the edge. If you're gonna chill them, this you don't really need. Just give them maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the fridge and they'll firm up. We're ready to scoop these cookies out. If you're adding those white chocolate chips on, you're gonna add them in during the bake. I'll show you that later, but don't add them on right now because they'll burn and just take on too much color. They're not actually burning, they're caramelizing, but kind of mars the look. These guys are ready to pop into the oven, 360 for about 10 minutes. But after 8 minutes, you're gonna take these out of the oven carefully and pop some white chocolate chips on top. no chilling, 10 minutes of chilling. So you can see they're basically the same. These guys got a little circular cookie cutter right out of the oven to round them up because they had spread a bit more. That's the only difference. If you like this video, check out my cookie playlist. I'll see you in the next video.